So I got very, very, very alarmed from the medical that I was watching doctors actually not help patients. That had never happened. The public health officials were saying to people, stay home until you turn blue. And at an intellectual level, everything that the public health department was saying was contrary to everything you learned in public health. So in Public Health 101, you open up any textbook written before 2020, you don't do a vaccination in the middle of a respiratory pandemic. It's actually against the rules. It actually makes it worse. So that's well known. Any public health textbook prior to 2020 says that. Another basic obvious fact, SARS-CoV-2 virus is 0.1 micron size, which is 1/1000th like of a hair. Like, it's unbelievably small. What a joke it is to say that a piece of cloth or paper could possibly keep out a virus. So the doctors knew this. They knew this, and they were complying. It was outrageous.
Yeah.
So I was seeing a lot of things. Another big clue, everybody knows that, hydroxychloroquine, everyone in this room, 5 years ago, you had never heard the word hydroxychloroquine. Now everybody's an expert. So we doctors would talk about it, and I'm a geek, I guess. I was sort of excited. This was an emergency. I'm an emergency doctor. Like, wow, this is exciting. I wasn't really scared of the whole thing. This is what I trained for. But so I was reading about all the studies across the world that showed hydroxychloroquine would work, and I was pretty stoked about it. And then the doctors really didn't care. And then when it became politicized, which was like, I think March 17th or something, when Trump talked about it, all of a sudden the doctors themselves became poisoned against it. And I remember being shocked that the doctors' opinions were changing because of Facebook and Twitter. I thought that was very odd. I just thought it was very strange, though, that that's how doctors were making decisions.